Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're cracking open one of those corporate earnings reports. You know, the ones that are usually super dense and filled with jargon that most of us just kind of ignore. Well, it turns out, hidden inside all those numbers is a really fascinating story about strategy and, success. And we're going to uncover it together. I mean, let's be honest, have you ever actually tried to read one of these things? It's like a wall of text, right? It's packed with financial terms, endless tables, and footnotes that seem designed to confuse you. It feels like you need a finance degree just to figure out what's going on. Well, that's exactly why we're here. We're going to peel back all those complicated layers using a real-world example. BLS International's recent quarter, which was, frankly, incredible. Our goal here is to find the real story, the actual strategy that's hiding behind all those big, impressive statistics. All right, so first things first. Every great financial story starts with a big headline, so let's check out the announcement that really got everyone's attention. So, picture this, August 5th, 2025. BLS International drops its latest results, and the headline that comes out of it from their press release and their earnings call was super simple, direct, and really powerful. It was a record. I mean, you heard it right from the top. The company's joint managing director, Shekhar Agarwal, he put it plainly on the earnings call. We have yet again achieved highest ever quarterly financials. In other words, this isn't just about doing well. They're basically telling the world they are performing at their absolute peak. That's a statement. Highest ever. That's a pretty bold claim, right? So the natural next step is to see if the numbers actually back it up. It's time to decode the financials. First up, revenue. For the quarter, BLS International pulled in a massive 710 crores. Now, for anyone not familiar, 1 crore is 10 million rupees, so we're talking about roughly 85 million US dollars. It's a huge number for sure, but a big number without any context doesn't really tell you the whole story. And here is the context that just makes you go, wow. That's 710 crores. It's a 44% increase over the very same quarter last year. A 44% year-over-year jump in revenue? I mean, that is just an incredible feat of growth for any company. But of course, revenue is only part of the puzzle. The really smart question to ask is, did all that extra money coming in the door actually translate into more profit? So let's find out. And the answer is a definitive yes. The company's EBITDA, which is a key way to measure profit, and we'll get to what that means in a sec, came in at 204 crores. That's about $25 million. And get this, that's a 53% increase from last year. So think about that. Their profits grew even faster than their sales did. That's a sign of a really healthy business. Okay, so this brings us to a term you see thrown around all the time, EBITDA margin. Don't let the acronym scare you. In simple terms, it's just a percentage that tells you how much profit a company makes from its main business for every single rupee of revenue it brings in. It's a fantastic way to check how efficient a company is. And this stat right here really tells the story of the quarter perfectly. BLS didn't just bring in more cash. They got fundamentally more efficient at turning that cash into actual profit. Their overall EBITDA margin grew to 28.7%, which is a crystal clear sign of some serious operational strength. Okay, so the numbers are stellar. We've got record revenue, profit that's growing even faster, and margins that are expanding. This all leads to the most important question of all. How did they do it? What is the engine behind this amazing performance? And the answer to how lies in the company's structure. You can basically think of BLS as having two distinct engines, both pushing it forward at the same time. This chart, which comes right from their own reports, shows the breakdown. About 65% of their revenue comes from their main business, their bread and butter, visa and consular services. The other 35% comes from a newer, faster-growing segment, digital services. And these two engines, they're like completely different beasts. The visa business is the established workhorse. It delivers steady, reliable growth and really high profit margins. The digital services side, though, that's the rocket ship. The margins are a bit lower for now, but it is experiencing absolutely explosive triple-digit growth. And here's the hard data. The Visa segment grew revenue by a really solid 11%, but just look at that EBITDA margin, 40.4%. That's incredible. Meanwhile, you look over at digital services and wow, revenues skyrocketed by 218%. Now, you'll see that little asterisk on its 7.2% margin. The company says this is a bit lower right now because they're investing in acquisitions, which, by the way, are also helping to fuel that insane growth. That 40.4% margin in their main Visa business is what really jumps off the page. I mean, a number like that doesn't just happen by accident. It's the result of a very deliberate and very effective strategy from the management team. And you know what's great? Management told us exactly what that strategy was. Again, from that earnings call, the growth was primarily driven by change in our business model from partner-run to self-managed. So let's just quickly break down what that actually means. It's actually a really simple and powerful shift in thinking. So in the old partner model, BLS would pay a local company to run its Visa centers, and that partner would keep a big slice of the profits. In the new self-managed model, BLS runs the centers themselves. Yeah, they have to pay for things like rent and staff directly, but, and this is the key part, they get to keep 100% of the profits. And here is the direct result of that decision. This one single strategic shift is the main reason that the Visa segment's profit margin exploded from an already good 29.3% all the way up to a massive 40.4% in just 1 year. That is a masterclass in how to run a business. So that explains this incredible quarter. But what about the future? For our last section, let's take a quick look at the road ahead. One number on their balance sheet tells a huge part of this story. Their net cash position is over 1,126 crores. That's more than 135 million US dollars in cash. And that's after spending big on buying other companies last year. This company has a massive war chest, just ready to be deployed. So, when you put all the pieces together, the story becomes crystal clear. You've got a company with a proven, super high-margin core business and a second engine that's growing at triple digits. They have a brilliant strategy that has already delivered incredible results, and oh yeah, they're sitting on a mountain of cash to fuel their ambitions. This just leaves us with one final, really exciting question. What market will they go out and disrupt next?